Today we've got lots to talk about. I've got a quick announcement for you, and then we are going to talk about some things to keep in mind when you're trying to decide if you should get the Princess Plus package or the Princess Premier package or no package. Then also we've got some fun updates from cruising in Seattle, as well as an itinerary update. We've got some news about Crystal Cruises, which is so exciting, and some onboard updates. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips, and today I want to start off by simply saying that I don't know, I think that some of you maybe noticed that I had a video up on Sunday and Monday, and I have taken them down. And I wanted to let you know that scams are still going on. I did not take them down because I was mistaken about scams going on. Let's Go family members have let me know about these, and I've seen things in action, and so I wanted to let you know that those scams are still ongoing. And if you think I should do another video about that, let me know. The reason those were taken down is Princess did not like my wording. So like I said in my video on Tuesday, they called and said that they do not have a data breach. So I just wanted to make it really clear that I did not take those down because there are no scams going on. Indeed, yes. So I just wanted to make that clear. If you need anything else on that, put your questions in the comments. Now, I mentioned a few days ago that I was going to talk to you about the Princess Plus package and the Princess Premier package, kind of in a way that would help you think about things to let you know what you should book when you're going to go on a cruise. I think that this kind of way of looking at it is also really valuable no matter which cruise line you are going to sail on if you have to add on an extra package that will cost extra. Some cruise lines, the luxury lines, include a whole lot more of this, and so you don't have to worry about it. But with Princess, they have the Princess Plus and the Princess Premier packages, and you can book your cruise without any package. And so let me tell you super fast some things to keep in mind. So first of all, with the Princess Plus package and the Princess Premier package, I always just start off by listing how much things cost that I want to enjoy when I'm on a cruise, okay? And so first of all, the really basic way to start off, well, let's start with the Princess Plus package. It includes your gratuities, and it includes your Wi-Fi, it includes the Plus beverage package, and then you get that unlimited juice bar, 2 of the fancy desserts that they're going to do every day, and a couple of fitness classes over the course of the voyage. And then you get your $10 charge included that they are now charging to mail your medallion to you before the cruise, and that is per cabin, not per person. So when you break this down, here's what you always need to think about. First of all, think about how much your gratuities are. If you've booked an interior, an ocean view, or a balcony, it's going to be $16 a day. If you have booked a mini suite, it's $17 a day per person, and if you've got that suite, it's $18 a day. So just I always think of that cost a day plus the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is $15 a day for one device. And so, and that is included with the Plus package. So you have to decide if you want the Wi-Fi or not when you're going to go on a cruise. And then also, if you are Platinum or Elite, you get the Wi-Fi for half off. That's when you look at the list of benefits of each level of loyalty there with Princess. It's the medallion net that they're talking about. If you are someone who is going to go on a Princess cruise, you don't want the Wi-Fi for anything else, and you're just concerned that you have Wi-Fi so that your medallion will work with the app, that is included on every cruise. That is not the Wi-Fi that they are talking about selling, so you are buying, so you don't have to worry about that. So really, once you add those two things up, then after that, it is pretty much thinking about, do you really want those desserts? Do you really want those fitness classes? And if not, really, what do you want to drink when you're on your cruise? If you don't drink alcohol and you don't drink specialty waters, specialty coffee, and you are not worried about having lots of bottles of water every day, then you probably don't need the Princess package. But if you really enjoy the specialty coffees, that is really important. Those can add up quickly. If you drink alcoholic beverages, those add up quickly. And then the bottles of water, it's really nice that they include those in their packages. You can walk up to any bar anytime and just say, I want a bottle of water, and they give you a bottle of water. Water is also available if you don't want to do that. You can order 12 bottles of water before the cruise, not during the cruise, before the cruise for like $7.08, and it will be in your cabin for you. So kind of mull over in your mind how much you are going to want to spend, and that will help you decide, okay? And then with the Princess Premier package, really it's the same thing as far as your Wi-Fi goes and your gratuities go, and they also include 2 specialty dinings, so that's $39 a person. And so for me alone, I don't think that it's worth it just if you want specialty dinings, but they include the photo package, so you get all the digital pictures you want, plus 3 of the real like printed out photos. And one thing that I wanted to tell you about that is that if you do this package, make sure that you get all of your photos before you get off the ship. Princess has these cute little ship shaped little drives that they will download your pictures for you, but don't just do the thing of downloading them on like the app on your phone, because they do it by facial recognition, and so they do it by your account. And so if you've got pictures, like if you're like traveling with family members, like you're the mom and the dad and you've got the kids, if your children are just in pictures because they're on your they're on your package, it will not facially recognize those pictures without you in it for you to download. Like, it's really tricky. And so I would say go ask them to do that download onto the thumb drive for you so that you've got that. Then in addition to the photos, you can also do Princess Prizes. That's the other thing that's the really big deal. And after I mentioned it yesterday, I am really grateful to our Let's Go family members who let us know. They charge you $20 a day to participate in that. Okay, so and you have to look at it kind of like what kind of itinerary you are on. I really appreciate a Let's Go family member said that too. So the casino can only be open when the ship is not in port. Like, you have to be out of you have to be in international waters, I believe it is, for that casino to be able to be open. And so if you are somewhere that has a really long port day or something like that, you're not going to get to play as much as you are if you're like on a sea day. So kind of look at your whole itinerary, think of how much you want to spend, and decide if you want to do it. But that is included in the Premier package. Other than that, you can have unlimited of those desserts. Like, what you're going to do with unlimited of those is that's a lot of desserts. And then you've got all those fitness classes, you've got the juice bar and the medallion coming to you just like everything else in the Plus package. So just kind of mull over in your mind. I think the really big key is what you like to drink, and if you want to have everything with that and play the Princess Prizes game. But if you don't drink alcohol and you're going to buy the soda package, just kind of look, like, add up what you want to do and then apply it. And then just as I was literally coming in here to turn on my camera, Gordon texted me and he said that someone had put up on our Facebook group a really good analysis as well. So go join us over there, and if it helps you better to look at things now that I've told you some things to think about, go take a look at that, and hopefully it'll help you decide what's worth your money. So thank you very much to who put that up there. I really appreciate it. And if you're not in our Facebook group and you do Facebook, come and join us. It's just Let's Go Travel Tips. You request to join and Gordon lets you in. Now, I really appreciate this information that was shared with us. So if those of you who have cruised on Princess before, they have changed their Princess LoveBoat Dream Dessert. Gordon has gotten that so many times. I've gotten it a few times. He's much more of a chocolate dessert person than I am. And so, but they have changed it a little bit. So Gordon's putting the picture up here. It even looks a little bit different. It's still heart-shaped, but it's not what we've been used to. And so instead of just being that chocolate heart thing, it says the Princess LoveBoat Dream is a heart-shaped dessert with layers of chocolate raspberry mousse and vanilla raspberry cream on a shortbread cookie base. So I don't know why they changed that. I don't know if this is a little cheaper to make. My guess is that because they've had that Princess LoveBoat Dream dessert forever, or maybe someone decided they just needed a little bit of a change. So if any of you have eaten that dessert, let us know what you think, and especially if you've eaten the old one and the new one, what do you think? Let us know about that. Really quickly, I thought this was really good information because As you know, a lot of ports and up in Alaska, and I know other places too, hire a lot of seasonal workers as it gets close to, and they start off early so that they can have everyone trained and everything up ready to go when those first cruise ships start coming, like in this instance out of Seattle and heading to Alaska. Now you can go to alaskajobs.com and look for a job if you're someone that wants to have a summer job and have a little bit more fun than just staying home. And I think it would work for everybody who is like a college student, that age group, clear up to people who are retired and you want to do something else. I'm really hoping that Gordon and I get to do this someday because I think it would be lots of fun. But go to Alaska Jobs, and then also those of you that live in the Seattle area or would like to visit there for the summer, the Port of Seattle has also announced that they are going to have all of their hiring going on to be ready for the jobs will be available from April to start working from April of 2023. If you're not familiar, most of the cruise lines start like right there the last day or two of April or the beginning of May, and it runs usually through the end of September, sometimes into October is how late the cruise season goes. So I wanted to let you all know, if you're there or if you're at all interested, they are going to have a job fair on March 4th down there. It's going to be at the Bell Harbor International Conference Center at Pier 66 there in Seattle. And from 10 to 4, they are going to have employers there who want to hire people for the summer season. And the port is included in those people, is included in those employers. They're hiring extra as well. And I thought it was really interesting. The Port of Seattle is expecting to have 291 cruise ships call at their port this year and over 1.4 million revenue passengers between April and October. So they've got to be up and ready to go for all that, so they are hiring. Now the next thing, I was really happy to see this news. Now you might all recall, clear back, I think it's been more than a year ago, I want to say, when Crystal Cruises, when the holding company went bankrupt and Crystal Cruises was left there in Bimini in the Bahamas because they didn't want their cruise ships to be seized to pay those bills, the fuel that they didn't pay, and a long story came about. But now finally Crystal Cruises has been bought by someone else, and I remember a month ago or so I reported to you that they had gotten their captains back, the captains that they had had before, and now they have announced that they have the return of several of their onboard leaders to the Crystal Serenity and the Crystal Symphony, and they are bringing back on the Crystal Symphony, they are bringing back Herbert Yeager and Joseph Matt, and the Crystal Serenity is going to bring back Hubert Buhlacker, I hope I'm saying their name right, and Scott Peterson. They are people who worked on Celebrity before, on Crystal before everything happened with this. So they know the ships, they know how things were run for the passengers, and so I honestly believe that you are going to be able to go on these cruises and have the same kind of experience that you had on Crystal before everything happened, because really the people that bought this have done an excellent job of bringing back the captains, and now the people that you would classify as your hotel and dining managers, they are over the things that have everything to do with the guest experience and service, everything to do with that. So I thought that was wonderful, and along with that comes the announcement that they are kicking off their inaugural itineraries as the new Crystal Cruises. The Crystal Serenity is going to sail on July 31st from Marseille for a Mediterranean cruise, and the Crystal Symphony is going to set sail on September 1st from Athens, and they've got planned voyages that will travel throughout the Mediterranean, Northern Europe, Canada and New England, Alaska, the Caribbean, through the Panama Canal, also the Middle East, Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. So they've got amazing itineraries. So if you are someone who enjoyed Crystal Cruises before their company went bankrupt and everything happened, let us know. We would love to hear from you. And if you're going to head back to Crystal Cruises, and those of you who never tried Crystal before, is there anybody here who's thinking of trying it? I was just so happy that they got back a lot of their original leadership there, because it is going to assure the same experience. And also, these are remarkable people that had been with that cruise line for a long time. I'm glad they've got their jobs back. Finally, I wanted to let you know that I talked to you about the city of Monterey no longer welcoming cruise ships to Monterey there, and so it sounds like the cruise lines are starting to rearrange and will not be calling at that port. We've got a Let's Go family member who will be on the Discovery Princess in 2 weeks, and they were due to go to Monterey, and now they have taken Monterey off of their itinerary and they are going to go to Santa Barbara instead. So let me know what you hear about that. Anybody who's going on any other sailings on the Discovery Princess or any other cruise line would really like to hear. Now I wanted to give you a quick onboard update for Symphony of the Seas and also Princess. We've got a Let's Go family member that just did a side-by-side. They were on the Symphony of the Seas and then they moved over to Princess. So I wanted to let you know that they thoroughly enjoyed Symphony of the Seas. I think that's one I want to try. I need to try the Oasis class. I'm excited about that, and everybody cannot say enough good about the Symphony of the Seas. And so they just wanted me to let you know that they saw the show Hairspray twice, that it was excellent. They had great diving shows, great ice skating shows, and excellent comedy and production shows. They ate breakfast in Johnny Rockets for free. They had lunch in the El Loco Fresh. It was delicious. They ate excellent roast beef sandwiches in the Park Cafe. They had breakfast in the Solarium Bistro as well, and that dinner in the Izumi Hibachi was just out of this world good. They thoroughly enjoyed the whole thing. They had a great day on, the perfect day at Coco Cay, Royal Caribbean's private island there. She said there were 6,200 passengers on board, but she said it did not feel crowded, that there are enough venues and enough going on the ship that it was just an absolutely lovely experience. So I was really happy to hear that. Their embarkation was very smooth. Disembarkation was very smooth. Excellent. Now they also, and then they moved over the very next week to a Princess, and I apologize, I cannot remember what Princess ship she told me that they were going to sail on, and she didn't mention it in her email. But she said they had a really good Elton John show, and when Gordon and I were, was it when Gordon and I were on? Maybe it was just when I was on the Discovery Princess on the LoveBoat cruise. If anybody can remember, you can correct me. They had a singer that did a really good job singing Elton John songs, so I'm wondering if it's him again, but that was excellent. They had a group called Uptown Boys featuring a lot of Billy Joel's music. They had an amazing magician illusionist who did a really good job. She said that it was really busy when they were on the ship. They were sailing at full capacity, and it was hard to get a drink when they were on the pool deck. She said which is, you know what, it's really super busy, especially on a sea day. You go up there and everybody wants, well, not everybody, but so many people want to be on the pool deck. So I understand that can be really hard. Sometimes I just go stand in line, but it does take a while because they're super busy. And then she said that the buffet was absolutely wonderful. It tasted delicious and there was lots of variety. She said they had, and this is really important for everybody who is going to be going on an excursion with any cruise line and you are going to go. They had a ship excursion at Mullet Bay through Royal Caribbean. This is through Royal, but it doesn't matter. Anybody you're going on. And they had to have a police escort on the trip back to the ship because the traffic was so bad. They would have never gotten back there in time to get on the ship. And I know that, you know, when you go on the excursion with the cruise line, they're going to wait for you. But clearly it was bad enough that they arranged to have a police escort so they could get on their way close to when they were supposed to go. So she says if anyone goes out to Maho Beach or Mullet Bay on their own, make sure that you head back before 2:30 to beat the rush hour traffic. To me, that is a good reason to go on a ship excursion because you never know. She said in St. Thomas, they docked in Crown Bay. They took a water taxi over to Water Island and it was absolutely amazing. She said excellent snorkeling with the turtles. It was fantastic. And so the last thing, and I think this is really valuable as well, she had mentioned that previously they had really enjoyed staying at the Hampton Inn Plantation there in Fort Lauderdale. They had stayed there many times and every single time they were really pleased. But she said that last week when they were there, that hotel, remember the Hampton Inn Plantation in Fort Lauderdale, they had stopped offering the shuttle from the hotel to the port. And you know, the hotels, I think always charge for those, by the way. They're not free. But anyway, that was no longer even an option to take that. And the pool was not clean and there were no towels. The place has really gone downhill, she said, and they would no longer recommend it. And so thank you for the heads up about that. We really appreciate it, because I have this running list of hotels there in Fort Lauderdale in case somebody needs one, and I'm going to take that one off my list. And if you need somewhere to look at a good hotel recommendation, our Let's Go family member Jeffrey, he's Cruising for One on his blog. So just search Cruising for One blog and you'll find it. He does hotel reviews and cruising lots. He has lots of information there, but some really valuable information if you're looking for a hotel there in Fort Lauderdale. And always, 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 I can't recommend Jeffrey without reminding you all to also, and like, follow Jeffrey, subscribe. He has a YouTube channel, Cruising for One, and Code 4 for Life. They upload lots of really great information showing everything on Princess ships. So you're going to want to see that. So Code and then the number 4 and then For Life. So go give them a subscribe to them as well. And that's all I've got for today. Thanks for sticking with me. If you haven't subscribed yet, we would love to have you with us. And if you're on a cruise ship, let us know how everything's going, or if you recently returned, I'd love to hear from you. If you appreciate these updates, please give this video a thumbs up, and I will be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.